Okay, law of sine, just finding side lengths. Okay, you will need a calculator, and it should be set to degrees. Okay, now everything in a triangle, doesn't matter any triangle, is set up in a ratio of its length sides over the corresponding sine of the angle. Okay, now yes, there's a little a and there's a big A and little b and big B and da da da, but I'm fixing to explain that. All right, so let's look at this example. It says the measure angle A is 29. Now, the large or capitalized letters are the angles. All right, so this is 29 degrees. All right, it says that little c is 26. So if large C or capital C is here, I go across 26. Now, you can fill it out anyways as long as that the corresponding length goes with the corresponding angle. All right, now this is also 29 degrees, so yeah, it's a isosceles triangle. So we should kind of know already what the side length is if you're paying attention. All right, but this is a good way to make sure we know we get it right. Now, we set up our ratios of little a over sine. Well, the sine of that is 29 degrees. Okay, or we could actually said sine A, and this is sine C, and then this is where we're actually going to plug in our degrees, this ratio. Now, we're looking for little a, which happens to be right over here. Okay, this is our little a, which we should already know is 26 because it's also a triangle, but we're just going to go ahead and do it anyways. Now, this right here is where 26 would go. Now, some people have to see this step where you're actually taking everything and multiplying it. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. Sine 29. It's going to be 26. Now, what they're doing is they're multiplying both sides so that this over here will cancel, leaving me with a by itself. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, this is what I do. I sit here and I will take whatever the bottom is here and just multiply it by this over here. 26, 29 degrees. Now, in your calculator, this is where you got to be a little bit specific. That's why I have this problem that we know we should get the answer, right? You need to do this part first. The 26 over sine 29 degrees first in the calculator. That way it will actually do things right for order of operations. Now, for those that are really good with your calculator, you could actually plug it in just as it's written over here, and you'll get the same thing. But what I do is I get this first, and I take that answer, and I multiply it by the sine of 29 times sine 29. Okay, yeah. So we do get 26 degrees. We knew we were going to get, or not 26 degrees, 26 as a side length. But we knew that, but it's because it's isosceles, but this is kind of a good thing. Now, this is what I've used before in class as a jumping off point, and then I give them a year term because this class is supposed to be a little bit harder. Now, you actually have a quiz that's going to be posted later after this lesson over the other 3 problems on your guided notes. Okay, um, just to let you practice on it. Now, this is why I'm doing this one, so you can kind of understand. Find each other in the measure indicated, blah, blah, blah. Wish I could talk. Round your answers to nearest tenth. All right, so we're looking for a side, AC. Well, AC is here, which happens to be little b. All right, so we know we're going to have little b, or AC, however you set it up, over the sine of 22 degrees. Now, the only other, we're given an angle here and no measurement, and a side here and no angle measurement. We can actually find the measure of angle C, if I could write, as 180 minus 118 plus 22. Okay, because remember, all the angles of a triangle should add up to 180. And we end up getting 40 degrees. Okay, so this is what we just found, this angle, so we can use this side right here. So we're going to say 24 over the sine of 40. Now, the more apt you are with ratios and stuff, you may end up doing kind of what I'm doing here, where you know it's going to be what's B or AC, whatever we're looking for. The sine of 22 degrees times 24 over the sine of 40. All right. When we do that, okay, 24 over the sine of 40 and then times 22, you end up getting 19.98. All right, we have to round the nearest tenth. Well, we look here at the hundredth. This is over 5, so it's going to round this up. All right, this actually ends up being 20 because it rounds up from there. Okay, now, if you're good with ratios, you're going to be all set for this. This is kind of the introductory thing. If you have questions, you need to let me know. On your quiz part for your turn, I've set it up so you have multiple chances to try and to practice it. All right, good luck.